Hey, happy Monday, everyone. This is Dr. Sabrina Starling here, the Business Psychologist at Tap the Potential. And I wanted to take a few minutes again today and share a mindset moment with you and keep our focus on helping your brain to go positive. And today I want to talk about not just helping ourselves be more positive as leaders in our companies, but also how we can train our team's brains to go more positive. So as you may recall, if you've been following this for the last few weeks, I shared an article that appeared in Forbes a few weeks ago about how our brains are naturally wired to focus on what's wrong in our environment. And so as leaders in our company, our natural tendency is to look around in our companies and see all the things that are wrong. And that puts us in a very grumpy frame of mind, and it can have a negative, very negative impact on morale. So I want to talk about that today as it applies to meetings. And when I talk with business owners, I hear a lot of times that they like to avoid having meetings because meetings seem like they turn into big gripe fests. And that's no fun to have a meeting that goes south like that. And sometimes as a leader in your company, it can feel very challenging to keep the meeting on track and focused and not let problems take over. And a lot of times we end up going down little rabbit trails in our meetings. So I have a agenda that I share with a lot of my clients, and I'm happy to share it with anyone who's listening. Just message me privately and I'll send you my meeting agenda to have meetings that motivate and drive profitability. One of the things I include on that agenda template is doing shout outs, and shout outs directly pertain to creating a more positive mindset for yourself and throughout your team. So what I suggest that you do is that you have weekly meetings with your team and you start out the meetings with shout outs. Now initially getting team members to shout each other out is going to be a little challenging, especially if that's not been part of the culture to this point. So you're going to have to kick it off yourself. And what you do is you just pay attention throughout the week ahead, look for the things that your employees are doing exceptionally well, and really pay attention to the moments when you see them doing something that makes you feel particularly proud of them or of the company and what you all are doing. Those things that you are particularly proud of point to your core values, or what we call the immutable laws in your company. And we want to be shouting out our employees and our team members around our immutable laws, because this emphasizes our culture and it helps build the culture of the company. So sometimes I have business owners who have a beautiful list of 5 to 7 core values or immutable laws in the company, but they're dormant. Those lists are just on paper sitting on somebody's computer. Maybe they've been printed out, maybe they're posted somewhere, but they're not really a living, breathing document. Well, shout outs become a way to make your core values a living, breathing part of your business culture. So this week going forward, I challenge you to look out into your business, see who's doing something that makes you feel particularly proud, and next week in your team meeting, give them a shout out. So what I would like to suggest that you do to heighten your accountability to this process is post a comment below this live video and say, I'm on it. Because when we post something publicly, or we provide some sort of public acknowledgement out there that we're doing something, it heightens our accountability to take action and move forward and do something differently. So if you're going to be on the lookout this week for something to shout out in your team meeting with your employees, just post below this video and say, Sabrina, I'm on it. And that'll heighten your accountability to doing this. And so what we want to do is we want to get a process in place with you where you're having weekly meetings with your team members, because that is the best. You need to have good communication throughout the business, and weekly team meetings are the way to do that. They don't have to be long. But short weekly team meetings, and kick off those team meetings with shout outs. So you take the lead, you look for something positive that an employee has done, and you give them a shout out in the next team meeting, and then encourage employees to start shouting each other out in the team meetings. That is a wonderful way to get some very positive morale going in your business. So that's it for now. Have a great week. Bye, everyone.